Hi, I'm Brett. This is another video update on Project Bluey, which is our MY01 WRX sedan, which is the 2-litre model, and it's been developed over a period of a few months, which Oscar is using in the Tarmac Rally Sprint series and Carnicross and things like that. And what we've done today is change the sway bars. Now you might ask, well, why would we want to change the sway bars from the original factory car when we've already changed springs and shocks and other mechanical modifications? Well, the reason being is a sway bar is to stop body roll. Springs and shocks are designed to support the vehicle when you're driving down the road. Now, springs and shocks do resist body roll as well, because obviously if they're super stiff, you don't get any body roll at all. But a car that's got maximum grip has a good balance between roll control with the sway bars and ride control with springs and shocks. And what I want to show you is what the original factory parts look like and what the replacement parts look like, and just so you know what you may choose to do. So, because you can actually do a rear sway bar kit on your Subaru with original factory standard springs and shocks and all the other mechanical standard suspension and get a noticeable improvement. Makes the car turn in a little bit better. A lot of mechanical design in cars these days are designed for understeer, because that is the safest way for a manufacturer to design a car, but we all like a car that's a little bit neutral or maybe a little bit oversteer. And of course, from the maximum improvement in handling, that's what Oscar is looking for. So let's have a look down here. This is the original factory sway bar. We'll get a close-up of it. So I'll show you how it fits in a minute. The original rubber pivoting bushes on the left and the right-hand side. This part here fits around the exhaust system. And then we go across the back, and this is the replacement. This is the link that connects the sway bar to the suspension. So when the suspension goes up and down, it pulls the sway bar. Because you've got to remember, a sway bar is a torsion bar, and it resists twisting, which then transfers the load from one side to the other. And you'll notice the factory sway bar has only got one hole in it. So if we hold this up here, when it's fitted, it would look like that. And as you can see here, this is the replacement parts. So what we've then done is fitted the white line replacement adjustable sway bar, because you can see it's got 3 adjustments here on either side to change the stiffness of the bar, because remember, the distance from here to the pivot here is the mechanical length of the torsion affecting of the sway bar itself. So the longer this arm is on its pivot, the softer the bar. The shorter it is, the stiffer the bar. So the shorter it is, stiffer, more oversteer. Longer it is, less oversteer on the rear. And of course, replace it with a white line replacement sway bar link, because the original factory one, as I showed you a minute ago, and I'll show you some still photos, is original plastic, and the bushes effectively wear out over time. So they stretch and squash as the car is going around corners, because of course this is all going up and down with the suspension and then twisting as the car leans in corners and things like that. So overall, from an improvement point of view, you get new bushes to match the new diameter bar, fits with the original factory mounts on the back here, fits with the original factory brackets up here. At the moment, Oscar has not replaced the rear sway bar bracket on the back of the Subaru, because we don't have one in stock at the moment. We wanted to test that later. These parts on the original factory car, even with standard sway bars, have been known to break at the mounting mechanism where the 8mm bolt goes up into the chassis. They crack and then fall off, because this has got to resist the torsional rigidity of the sway bar, both in tension and in compression. So there is a replacement white line heavy duty sway bar mount available for the Subaru WRX as well, but that's not fitted. We'll talk about that later. So when you fit this part here, the replacement of the drop link, that actually, even with a factory standard bar, improves the handling, because it makes the factory sway bar work a little bit harder, because there's less give in the original factory part compared to the replacement white line alloy part. Then of course, couple that with the replacement white line sway bar, you get the maximum improvement in adjustability and stiffness to make your car go better. Now, let's talk about combinations with other parts. If you're going to do sway bars, you either do rear or rear and front at the same time. You never do front and rear in that order, because you want to make the car oversteer, not understeer. You put a stiffer bar on the front with a factory bar on the back, the car will understeer like a pig. It'll be horrible to drive. You can buy them as a complete kit with front and rear sway bar links as a complete package, and save yourself a little bit of money. I encourage you to go to our website, punch in Subaru 01 WRX. You can see the drop down menu, or can do a search on sway bar WRX or anything like that off the drop down menu as well, and you can find all the parts that fit your car. So follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and Instagram. Have a look at the other videos on this playlist for Project Bluey, and in our next video we'll talk about the front sway bar fitted with Oscar's 01 WRX. Wherever you are in the world, I hope this has helped you. Bye for now.